And we're live. Great. Thank you very much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stevie Aquilina. I want to welcome you here. I want to thank you for your time and for your attention, and also for the person that invited you here this evening. They care about you, which is why they've invited you here, because this is information I think you will care a great deal about. This will be information this evening that you'll want to know for yourself and you'll want to know for your loved ones. This really is something for humanity. It's a very, very significant health and life science breakthrough. But before we get into explaining what this science breakthrough is and what the science is, and explaining to you what it's about, what we're going to do is we're going to speak, as we do here every week, speak with a guest for a few moments about the experience that they are having with this breakthrough. So my mate, Glen Hutchinson, thank you very much for joining me this evening, mate.
Hey, you're welcome, mate.
Hailing from Melbourne, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Awesome. Well, let's jump straight in here for the folks that are listening in and keen to hear these experiences every single week. How long you known about ASEA for?
I saw it back in 2015 through a friend of mine, Dan Doyle. I knew Danny before he was involved.
Great.
So yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah. Okay. And so what was, you obviously have a health experience to tell us this evening. What was your health situation like prior to these redox molecules you found?
Oh, it was good. When I first saw it, I was late 50s. I'd go to work and all that. And when I come home, I was tired. I wasn't sleeping well at night. But when I started having it, I found that changing. And I thought, geez, I'm not as tired anymore when I started having the ASEA, the water. But
so how long did it take you to notice those? How long did it take you to notice some of those positive effects?
That was about 4 weeks.
Okay.
But I was using the gel before the water.
Is that right?
The Renew.
What made you do that?
Well, because that's all we had at the time.
Yeah.
That's we did. The water come in a bit later. I was using the gel in 2015. I got in late 2015 and started having the water.
So just for the folks that are listening into the new, the water and the gel will make sense to you in a minute. And please don't make the mistake right now thinking this is just going to be some kind of alkaline water or some kind of beauty gel or something like that. It's not. I promise you, you're going to hear about something truly unique this evening. Okay, so you got on the gel first.
Yep.
I don't know why, mate. You're already a very beautiful man.
Oh no, mate. It's changed from what it was. Trust me. When I was using it, after about 4 weeks after using the gel, where I was working, I had some of the ladies come up and say, "Are you stretching your skin or something? What are you doing?" I said, "No, I'm using this." And they went, "What is it?"
So other people noticed it before you decided to tell anyone.
Yeah, they noticed it within a couple of weeks. That was amazing. And I thought, geez, that feels really good. Yeah. I noticed it after a couple of weeks as well.
Okay. So you noticed you were less tired, you had more energy when you started. Was that?
And also with the gel, I had a little bit of skin problem here at the back of my head.
Okay.
And I was putting it on my head as well.
Okay.
That went away fairly quickly, but because it was really bad on the back. It took a little bit longer. It took a few more months, but then eventually that was gone.
So things were pretty good for you before ASEA.
Yep.
And then you get on it and you go, well, wow, things are even better.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And had you done anything really for your health before ASEA, or there wasn't a need to because you were pretty good?
No, not really. I hadn't done anything really.
Okay.
No, not much at all.
But did you put any specific focus on staying well, or you just were lucky, always well?
I was just lucky, I suppose. Yeah, just really lucky.
Okay. But then something happened to you later on, right?
Yeah, it was August 2018. July, I noticed I had a little bit of a lump come up here, and I thought, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and this is one of those stories, folks. I want you to pay attention here. This is one of these stories that fascinate me, because what you're about to hear is an amazing story. But Glen, as he's pointed out, he was on the products. How long before you noticed?
A couple of years.
So 2 years before he noticed what he's about to talk about. And a lot of people would have thrown in the towel. And I think it's very interesting. And there's probably knowledge and some people around Glen that helped him with knowledge that helped him to stay on it. But it's unfortunate when we see people throw in the towel. This stuff works all the time. I want you to listen very closely to this story because there'll be some really key lessons out of this. Okay. So on this stuff for 2 years, doing great, feeling great, never had a problem before. 2 years later, you notice a lump.
Lump come up here. Yeah, it was in the lymph node. So I went to the doctor. They sent me to have an ultrasound, and that was in October. So it took a month before I got the ultrasound, and then they came up with the bad news. They said, you have a serious problem, and we're going to give you 2 lots of treatment. So I started the treatment in December. But before what I found out, I rang up Danny, and I told Danny, and he said, okay, mate, bottle and a half a day for the next 3 months. So bottle and a half a day for 3 months. And then I went in for my treatment, finished all my treatment, had my treatment. That was finished that in December. And I was still drinking a bottle and a half a day. And
how much were you on before that?
I was just on maintenance dose.
Okay, so 60 mils morning, 60
mils. Yeah, 60, yeah. And then I was also having a Renew 28. I was putting that on as well. So, you know, just on around the neck. And then after that was finished in December, mid-December, I went in for a PET scan 3 months later in April, and they said it's still there. So the PET scan, what they do is they put a dye, I don't know if you know it, they put a dye in there, and it picks up and it shows a cloud inside your body where the problem formed. They said the cloud's still there. I went, okay. And they just said, okay, look, we'll give you another PET scan in another 3 months. We'll see what's going on. So
you were on a bottle and a half at this time, though, and
yeah,
using the gel.
By this time, I was down to a bottle.
They do this test, say the cloud's still there. How were you feeling at that point? What kept you going? What made you keep using this stuff?
What kept me going with it?
Yeah.
Because I just knew what was going to happen. I knew Danny's story, and I wasn't worried. I mean, a lot of people were amazed at it. Why aren't you worried? I said, because I know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know, because I was just speaking to Danny all the time. So,
right.
Yeah, so 3 months later, I went for another PET scan, and they said, oh, it's got less.
Uh-huh.
And I went, yeah, I know. And they said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, I'm drinking REDOX molecules. And the guy said, what's that? And I said, oh, nice. Doesn't. I said, I'll talk to you later about it. Anyway, I went for another PET scan, probably about another 3 months later. So we're down to about six months now, and it was clear. It was gone.
Wow.
In the meantime, I was going to a head and neck clinic as well, and I was sticking tubes down my no camera down there to have a look down around here. And it was amazing. You know, they said, it's all gone. It's amazing.
So considering the gravity of the problem, what are you talking, like 6 months?
Yeah, well, I had another PET scan in October. Yeah, the cloud was no longer there. Then I had another one in April. So by about 10 months,
okay,
it had all cleared up.
Okay.
And it's still clear now.
Okay.
It's completely clear now, so 16 months now. But when I was having it, because I had I haven't got the photos on me, but I had like 3rd-degree burns here.
Yep. And
it also burned inside my neck as well. Went from my.
I'm going to show those photos. Do you want me to show them now?
Yeah, sure, show them. Yeah.
Just before I do though, here's the point though, folks. Like Glen was consistent and persistent for 10 months. There's so many people that go, oh, give me a bottle of this stuff and I'll try it out for 10 days. And if I don't notice a difference, it's just not going to work on me. That's not how the body works. And, you know, what else I find interesting about Glen's story and other stories that I hear like this is that he was on this stuff for 2 years. Before he found this problem, there was no problem there before. And that's also a situation where a lot of people would think, you know, this stuff obviously didn't do anything for me. I've just wasted 2 years of my time on this stuff. I'm just going to give it the flick. But, you know, the type of problem that Glen's talking about isn't the type of problem that grows in just 2 years. It takes many years.
Yeah, the doctor said that could have been going for 10, 15 years.
Oh, wow. There you go. I was going to say 7, but if the doctor's saying 10, 15, I can't argue with him or her. Yeah. Right. So yeah, you got to appreciate that, you know, we want microwave results because we're used to our dinner being heated up in 30 seconds, right? You know, we want Panadol results. We're used to the Panadol dulling the pain in 30 minutes or less, right? but that's not how the body works. What you can hear about this evening is a way to empower your body to heal itself, and your body heals itself in its own time. But what we're able to show you is how you can absolutely give your body the ability to do what it's meant to do, to go back to blueprint and perform in the way it's meant to perform. You want me to share these photos now, Glenn?
Yeah, sure, mate.
So I've just got them here on my WhatsApp. Where, hold on, mate, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Hold on a sec. Technical genius here is messing up. All right, here we go. There they are. Now, I don't know if these are in order, mate. Would this be the first one?
Yeah, that's, yep.
So what's
That's what it was like. That's the skin. That was after I did that treatment every day, 5 days a week, for 7 weeks.
Okay.
And that was towards the end of the treatment.
Okay.
That burnt right through the saliva glands and everything. That went right through.
Now this looks quite uncomfortable.
It was, but when I was doing this, I was putting Renew 28 on 3 times in 5 minutes in the morning, then leave it on for about 20 minutes, half an hour. Then I'd have to put on the cream that they gave me because they had to keep it moist, and then I'd repeat that again at lunchtime, and then I'd repeat that again a little bit later. So I was repeating that probably three times a day, sometimes 4 times a day. And yeah.
So this is still during?
Sorry?
There we go. And is this, I think, is that starting to look a little better in this
Starting,
picture?
yeah, it's starting to come a little bit better. But
okay.
Yeah.
And this is you morning and night putting this gel on 3 times inside of 5 minutes?
Yep, exactly.
Wow. And did you, aside from it looking any different, did it feel any different when you were putting it on?
Because it's dry, because when you put the gel on, it's still a bit dry, but it had to be moist. So I had to put that cream on that they gave me to keep it moist. But it was afterwards that was really getting better. That was.
So what's the time difference between these and these?
I'd say probably about 4 months.
Wow. Okay. And this is.
But the doctors, the nurses, when I was doing it, and I was doing my treatment, doing my dressings and all that, they said, "Geez, you're healing quickly."
Is that right?
To what other people do.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. So now it's yeah. You just see a little bit there.
So let me backtrack a little bit. So when you first heard about it, that's an amazing story, by the way. Appreciate you being on and sharing that.
Oh,
and you continue to have no clouds.
Nah, no cloud. That's what they call it.
Clear days.
Clear days. I had one about 4 weeks ago. Fantastic. And I went in there, yeah, and I went and saw the head and neck guy and the doctor and in there, and he goes, "Mate, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect." He says, "You've got no problem whatsoever." I said, "I know, I'm drinking the REDOX." And he goes, "What's that?" I don't know. It's amazing.
So
while I was doing all this, people were trying to tell me, "No, you can't do it. You can't take it. You can't have it with other treatments." I said, "Yes, I can."
Yeah. Well, I always find that comment interesting. I always ask people, why can't you? And no one's given me an explanation.
No, Dr. David Silmer said it's fine.
So, yeah. And we hear that again and again and again. People that go through these types of procedures, they tend to fare a lot better and cope a lot better, and have better results through those type of procedures. When they're on this. Okay, so if we just step back a little bit before we jump into telling people what this is, what was your first thoughts when this was shown to you?
My first thoughts?
Yeah.
Because I knew Danny before and what he was like.
Yeah. And
then I heard from a friend that he was having this product called a sear.
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh, what's this?" So I contacted him, and when he come to Melbourne, and I saw him, and then when I saw what he was like to what he how he was feeling, and I went, wow, there's a big change. So my thoughts on this straight away was from Danny. I went, right, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
I can see what it's doing.
Yeah.
And
so that helped.
Yeah, it really did. Because I knew what he was like when he used to talk. He used to have to get someone else to finish off his talks and everything.
Can you imagine? I don't know if this is a too hard of a question, but could you imagine how you might have felt if you didn't have Danny's story there to help you out?
I would have been a bit dubious about it. Yeah.
A bit skeptical.
Yeah, a bit skeptical. Yeah.
Why is that, do you reckon?
Because when I heard it was salt water.
Yeah.
I went, salt water.
Yeah, and for people that are new that are watching this, it's not salt water. We're not going to surprise you with, oh well, we've got this awesome salt water. It's not salt water. We'll explain that in a moment. It'll make sense. But okay, yeah, and okay, so obviously it helped having the story. A bit like most people, you would have been skeptical.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people that are looking at this right now? Maybe they've got the luxury of having someone that they know who's used it. They're seeing results. Maybe they've been lucky enough to be invited to our Facebook group where there's hundreds of thousands of people there every day posting about what this stuff doing to them. Or what might you say to somebody that's looking at this skeptically that might not have that type of experience yet?
Look, start using it, persevere with it. I mean, I know some people that what happened to me within 4 weeks. I know it's with other people, it's taken 10, 12 weeks, even a bit longer. I said, just keep persevering with it. Yeah. And also what I've noticed with it as well is that when I started drinking a bottle and a half a day and then down to a bottle, I had a tore tendon in my elbow, and I had a few old injuries, and they're all gone. They're fine, and it's just amazing. All I'd say is, hey, don't hesitate. Just keep going with it. Just use it, because you'll see the benefits down the track. You really will.
Yeah, and your story is an example of that, right?
So yeah, I mean, I love it, mate. It's empowered my body to do what it naturally does, heal itself, and that's what it's done. And mate, I'll never go off it. Half a bottle a day for the rest of my life, and that's it.
And stop those clouds from looming over you.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic, brother. That's awesome. I really appreciate you jumping on here tonight and sharing your story and letting us show your photos.
Oh, my pleasure.
Really appreciate it. You're a good man. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on and explain to everybody very quickly, show you, in fact, what this breakthrough is. And it is quite significant. But again, I want to thank my guest very much, Glen Hutchison, for jumping on. Thank you, mate.
You're welcome, mate.
Good. All right. So let me just share my screen here quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let me fix my screen here. All right, Glen, you should be able to see my welcome. We'll be starting soon. I see a page. Is that right? Fantastic. All right, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So just before we kick off, ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. But what you are going to learn about this evening is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, a category creating breakthrough, not unlike the magnitude of the discovery of DNA or penicillin, an exciting and entirely new frontier in science, unlike anything you've probably seen before, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, validated by renowned universities and top leading laboratories, a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, but drug companies wanted it shut down. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But before I tell you about what this is, let me be very crystal clear about what this is not. Hopefully before this point, you haven't gone, oh, here we go again. This is just going to sound like a lot of things I've already heard about a lot of times before. Well, it's not. It's not a drug, thank God. It's also not a vitamin, a mineral, or an antioxidant formula. This is not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots, magical 5,000-year-old tree lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other good stuff out there. I want to be very clear. This is a groundbreaking, a category-creating breakthrough, an entirely new frontier in science, and it's very, very exciting too. It's a breakthrough, a real deal breakthrough. ASEA REDOX cell signaling technology contains active redox molecules. What are those? Well, these are the exact same molecules, cellular messages that are already made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, replace damaged cells, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, and overall, keep your cells functioning the way they should at optimal levels. Why is this important? We're all made of cells. Healthy you relies on healthy systems. Healthy systems rely on healthy organs. Healthy organs rely on healthy tissues. Healthy tissues rely on healthy cells because that's all they're made up of. And healthy cells rely on redox signaling molecules. We live and die at that cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy life. However, with age, diet, stress, toxins, and all sorts of other insults and abuses within our environment, our cells break down. And with that, our body's ability to make redox molecules declines. And as such, our cells break down even further. And with it, so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science extremely seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with world-renowned universities and leading laboratories, proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Now, ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Additionally, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production of efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. It's also proven to lower oxidative stress. Now, this is important. That's the precursor to just about every degenerative condition out there. And it's also proven again to be 100% safe, no toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are more than natural. They're native to your body. You already make them. Your body just can't make enough of them anymore. And we're just replacing them with this product. Now, any health challenge, or it doesn't have to be a health challenge. You might be here for, wanting to look better, or maybe wanting to perform better as an athlete, or maybe you're here because you don't want to become old and unwell. So whatever health goal you have, redox users and doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, we've shown you, we've spoken a little bit about cellular health from the inside out, but it's hard to show you results from the inside out all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you results from the outside in. The gel that Glen was talking about is the white tube there called Renew 28. It is redox signaling molecules too. And also the blue tube is the intensive redox serum. It is our most highest concentration of redox signaling molecules. And we put these products topically onto our skin, and we can get redox signaling benefits from the outside in. And they're very easy to show. This technology is so effective that people notice results very quickly. We're talking more than anti-aging results. We're showing results that really are age-reversing results. Age-reversing results. You know, skin lines and wrinkles and sagging being ironed out and tightened up, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, poor health to the skin being repaired, being healed, being restored, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate issues, coming back to the body's blueprints. Now, some people notice results very quickly and other people need to use the products longer, like Glen. But these products have been scientifically tested to work on every single body every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for these molecules not to benefit you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. So take pictures. Rosie didn't, lucky her doctor did, and she didn't believe the products were working. Do you think they worked on her? Well, this is over 7 weeks, but have a look over 3 years, 84 to 87. Lucky her doctor took photos because she thought she was getting ripped off. But if she had quit, she would have wasted all of her money because it was working. She would have wasted all of her progress. So take lots of pictures and also write down everything that you want this to fix, change, improve, better, and make sure you're scoring yourself on a weekly basis. That's how you see how you go. Look at the photos. That's how you'll see how you go. This is Dr. Marty Moran. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you tell which side he did and which side he did not? Can you tell which side of the bed his wife preferred to sleep on because she digged the younger dude on that side during this experiment? I know which side. I've confirmed this with Dr. Marty Moran, and it's his left, well, his right side, our left side, is where he used the Renew 28 and not the other. Now that you know that, have a look. The differences become obvious. Slanting of the glasses, lines and grooves more prevalent on one side of the face to the other, more bunching up of the face as compared to the other side. Quite incredible results. And thank you very much, Dr. Marty Moran, for walking around like a weirdo and doing that experiment for us. This is not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies. In fact, in a very interesting clinical trial done by a very top leading international laboratory, they found that ladies that were used, and not just ladies, it'd be for men as well, but it was just ladies in the study. If you put Renew 28 around the areas where you have cellulite, it will actually reduce your cellulite, not just the appearance of cellulite, but they found when they did ultrasounds on the ladies that they were studying that the subcutaneous fat that was pushing up and causing the cellulite was actually dissolving in a very short period of time. So it's not just for your skin. And we have people who have muscle and joint discomfort too. And they use this gel 3 times in 5 minutes on the spot where they're having a problem, just like Glen pointed out. And people notice results very quickly. With the drink, people typically report results in anywhere between, 0 to 90 days, anywhere within that time frame. But with the gel, most people notice results in about 10, 15 minutes. This is my good friend, Sepp Hock, and he had an issue going on the inside that started to appear on the outside. That's the only way he found out about it. But unfortunately, because like Glen, that issue had been, growing for several years without him knowing about it, several years. When it popped up on the skin, that's when it was detected. And unfortunately, the news was grim. Sepp was only, according to his doctor, probably going to make one visit because he wouldn't have been around for the second. He just wouldn't have been around for it. And Sepp was using the Redox molecules outside and in as well. And he made it to the second visit and the third and the fourth, and eventually made it to so many visits. He doesn't need any more visits. And he's still here with us, kicking and healthy and well. And we love Sepp. It's a historical truth, ladies and gentlemen. Historical truth. That with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. So how do we size up? Well, ASEA is based in Nobel Prize winning research. In fact, if you went along to pubmed.gov, which is a National Library of Medicine for the National Institute of Health, that's where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published. And if you typed in redox signaling there, you would see that there are over 32,000 results. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been written on redox signaling molecules. They have their own medical health journal called Antioxidants and Redox Signaling. And this is a very difficult slide for me to keep up with because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. Now, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we are the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. Nobody else was able to create redox signaling molecules outside of the body before and stabilize them. We're the only company in the world that's done that. And because our technology is patented, no one has been able to do it since. That means that we have no copycats. And so don't get tricked by, people trying to be clever, companies trying to be clever with their marketing out there. They will talk about cell signaling now because they know that we've created a huge shift in the health space. And we are right now creating the new trend. We are the new buzz. But unfortunately, they can't copy our products. What they try to do is copy our marketing, though. So just be careful of clever marketing out there. We have no competition. No one in the world has redox signaling molecules, nobody. And they may be the most important thing to put into your body before anything else, before you spend your good money on anything else. Now, ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare and wellness, whether it be sports science, athleticism, athletic performance, or whether it be beauty, anti-aging, skincare, and longevity. All right. We cover and serve every single health science sector in the health world. And I'll just backtrack a little bit. When I said that redox healing molecules are probably the most important thing to put in your body before you spend your money on anything else, it's because redox healing molecules is what makes everything else work. All right. So whatever you're putting in instead of that, you better hope that your body's producing enough redox healing molecules to be able to get the biggest bang for your buck out of whatever else you're spending your money on. But smart consumers will see that this will allow everything in your body to work better. You might not even need to buy all that other stuff because your body's working better. It's the first and most important thing to address. Now, our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. Now, ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing redox with others, like inviting them to an information evening like this, or a YouTube video, or or a live event where we're able to get out there again, or a website or whatever. Now, you receive a residual commission, not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, but also from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer to ASEA. So just like when you recommend a good movie, cafe, restaurant, book, or whatever, you tell some people, and those people tell even more people, who then tell even more people, who then tell even more people, and so on it goes, and so forth. There's no limits. We're worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries. We're opening up new markets almost every single year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Now, some are saying that this is very conservative of the company, and that $1 billion is surely very possible. All right, so what does this all mean? Well, it means for people today who may be looking for, maybe more than ever, a supplementary or even a replacement income right now. People who are looking for an extra, or a part-time, or a full-time, or I just want more time, or a big time, or a legacy leaving income. For people who can see a good thing when it's coming their way. For business-minded people, perhaps, this is an opportunity to be paid a ongoing, residual, significant commission from the growth of this significant global expansion. But let me tell you, folks, if you do want to go along and learn about our compensation plan, I encourage that. But let me tell you the best part of it, there is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. And we get to join forces with other people who are out there being forces for good in the world. And, my wife and I, and you can too, even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world to hang out with these people, to associate with these people, to have a great time with these people, to become great friends with these people, really like family, and grow with these people, and expand this very significant mission for humanity. Now, what we're also extremely fond of and serious about is ASEA's Advancing Life Foundation. Our mission within our foundation is to break cycles of poverty, abuse, and suffering. And just some of the projects that we've worked on in a short period of time has been fighting human trafficking internationally, providing clean water in Cambodia, building a vocational center in rural Ecuador, and supporting disaster relief funds around the world. And, you can get directly involved in this, but even it's good to know indirectly that when you're buying these ASEA products to allow yourself to live healthier, younger, and for longer, a great portion of that is going towards our foundation as well. All right, so I want to tell you about the company's beginnings. The redox healing molecules in ASEA were found to be so impactful on the human body that pharmaceutical companies offered to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and take everyone off redox for the money. Thankfully, founder of ASEA, Vertus Norton, and his son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing the greatly needed and life-changing power of these redox healing molecules. And as demonstrated in this first Very important decision. And in every other decision since, ASEA always and will always puts people and principles before ego and economics. And this is not lip service, ladies and gentlemen. You can not only see this in every decision that's made, but you feel it all the way from the tippity top of this company, through to upper management, lower management, all the way through to everybody in the field. Um, uh, being able to have an impact, make a difference, better people's lives, and be a force for good in the world is our culture. We have a life-changing product, and we have a life-changing financial opportunity, but we also have a very significant life-changing culture that we're passionate about as well too. So I want to thank you very much for tuning in here this evening. I hope I've been some small measure of value for you. And I would encourage you to get back to the person that introduced you here this evening and let them know you were here. It doesn't matter what the time is, where they are. Give them a call. They'll appreciate it. Trust me. And let them know that you were here. But I would invite you to, at the very least, get as many of these molecules into you and onto you as possible, and allow yourself to live healthier, younger, and for longer. I hope that we will get to better your lives. Now, if you choose to join us in sharing ASEA, I want to welcome you aboard, and I want to thank you very much. And I also want to give you great encouragement, because I know that if you go out there and better the lives of others, and you are a force for good in the world as a byproduct of that, your life will become better, and your life will be filled with more good too. So again, ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. I'm just going to stop sharing here. And I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen.